Hey strong people, Kalle Beck here from StartingStrongman.com. And as we learned from Brian Shaw's YouTube channel, he released all the Arnold events, and what I want to do in this video is cover the news of the first event. Coming back is the Rogue Elephant Bar Deadlift for Max. The Elephant Bar is this very long bar with these really cool milled plates. It's the only one in existence. No one else has one. Halfdoor set the record on it. Eddie Hall originally set the record on it, what was it, 2016? He pulled his, new world record deadlift. It was like a kilo more than the one he did in Australia. Jerry Pritchett beat it 2 years ago, and then Halfdoor beat it again. What was it, like 472? Something like that. Anyways, and he looked really strong. And that's when I'm like, yeah, I think maybe Halfdoor's the best deadlifter in the world at that point. Anyways, the big news of this event is it's the first event. So they are really trying to set this up for someone to pull a new deadlift world record. Last year they tried, they're trying to say that this is the elephant bar deadlift record, but I think they want the heaviest deadlift from competition height ever done at the Arnold. So Rogue says that anyone who pulls 500 kilos or more will get $50,000, putting more significance on the deadlift itself, which has been a trend in the past couple of years of strongman versus the whole event, and more emphasis on world records. Generally, world records are done more so at the Rogue Record Breakers on Sunday at the Arnold. But there's a couple problems with this. First off, I'll give some backstory. 2016, when Eddie competed and did the first event and pulled out, I don't think they did not like that very much. The Arnold promoters, because he obviously went there. He kind of acted like he's going to do the whole contest, but really, I think it's fair to say that he had an idea to just do the max deadlift, just set the world record, and kind of got the most publicity for that one lift than any other. Max deadlifts seem to carry over, across strength sports and just lifting in general into general lifting culture. It's such an easy thing to understand. Pretty much, if you're into strength training, you do deadlifts. It's simple. You pick it up off the floor, there it goes. It crosses over to powerlifting, everything else. So they kind of supersede, it gets a little more, shares on social media and everything. I know when I share a big max deadlift, it gets more likes and comments and interaction than other lifts. So you started to see a lot of people just, going just for max deadlifts. That was until Eddie kind of made it, here's 500, everyone have fun, catch up. I just broke the max deadlift record by like over 30 kilos, which doesn't happen. But that year, Colin Bryce was emceeing, and there was a mix where the Giants Live, which is the qualifier for World's Strongest Man, they were in talks with the Arnold and kind of working together and being like, yeah, let's all just promote this big one happy strongman family, how I understand it. And then that kind of went away. And ever since then, the next year in 2017, figure 8 straps were banned, which at the time the main supplier was Giants Pro, which is the same people that run Giants Live. So there's been a big rivalry between the Arnold and Giants Live / WSM since. So I think the Arnold really, they want to be the heaviest show. They want the heaviest deadlift ever done to be at their show. So they're putting up $50,000, and that probably is enough incentive to get these athletes to go after it. If I was, let's say, Jerry Pritchett, I'd probably pull an Eddie Hall and just train specifically to pull 501 kilos, get that 50 grand, and just be like, I'm done for the show. I wouldn't even train the other events. Just go in there, one goal. I mean, that's almost as much money as you get for winning the entire contest. Be a smart thing. So the question is, can anyone do it? I think it is possible. If I was to say two people that could possibly do it, I'd give it between Halfdoor and Jerry Pritchett. Shaw, every time he goes over 1,000, seems his hamstring's a little shaky. He's definitely going to be strong and probably could easily be second or third in the max deadlift. But Thor, I think, has the best chance. He holds the current world record. To talk if Eddie Hall will come out of retirement to do it for the money. No, I'm pretty sure from the rumors I have heard is Eddie Hall got double that to pull the 500 kilos. So step it up, Rogue. There's people talk about the differences between the elephant bar and a regular deadlift. And I don't think the elephant bar is necessarily easier when you get to those max weights, because when a bar flexing does make it easier, but that also means if you start to shake a little bit, that thing, it has more room to move than a stiffer bar and can really throw you forward. And if you look at Eddie's, all of the max deadlifts he does, he starts shaking a lot. And I interviewed him after the Arnold 2016 backstage, and he said he could pull more on the regular bar than the elephant bar, is what he told me for an interview I did for Flow Elite. Not sure where that went, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. He was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at the time, though. He never stopped eating them that whole weekend. So definitely don't think he's going to come out of retirement. He's doing fine, looks great. It's amazing how strongman ages you, because he already looks younger, just being about a year out of competition. I think Hafthor has the best chance. Jerry Pritchett, I think he, if you go back and listen to my Strong Talk podcast with him, when the original 500 kilo went for, he was kind of right there, and after Eddie pulled it, everyone sat for like 20 minutes and he got really cold. If he was able to have, just stay in that groove and not get cold, I think he had a real shot at pulling 500, because his hamstring tore when he pulled it off the ground. It came off the ground. So we're just going to have to wait and see. I think it's great. I never want to complain when big money is put up for strongman, because if strongman needs anything and the athletes need anything, they work so hard. They deserve to get $50,000 for pulling, monster weight like that. But with more emphasis put on singular events in strongman, it kind of really shifts the focus of the contest and what strongman is. And with all of this, this big money put up to break records in a single event, it skews how the people are going to train. And I think strongman records should be broken because they're needed to, because of the level of competition. I don't think that they should be the focal point in strongman, but it's what gets you guys watching. It's what the general strongman fans get excited about. And if someone does break it, Rogue is definitely going to get their money's worth and the Arnold in the for an advertising. It's going to be $50,000 well spent. Honestly, they're coming in with a better deal on this. That the video is going to get shared a bunch of times. They're going to get their, you can't get better advertising for the money than that, in my opinion. Hope someone breaks it. Hope Rogue doubles the money. And then what the big controversy is going to be, what's stronger? If Thor or someone else or everyone pulls 501 kilos, who's going to do it? Something Brian Shaw brought up is it's definitely a lot harder to break that record if we're doing the same, where athletes get to pick their own attempts and they have 3 total attempts, like in powerlifting, versus when Eddie broke it, they just did big jumps. They went, straight from like 400 to 430 to 473 or whatever it was, straight to 500. That last man standing style, where everyone has to do the same attempts, is it's a lot easier for the record to be broken that way versus the way that the Hummer tire and the elephant bar have been done in the past, where people could go 1 kilo higher, lower. There's a lot more sitting, doing it the way how the Arnold is set up. But it's exciting. Big money's being put into strongman, and it's great. I'm going to cover all the other events in a future video, but I love the Arnold events. But with $50,000 being put up for that one event, it deserved its own video. I'm Kalle Beck. You can follow me at LetKaleLift. Of course, follow at Starting Strongman and go to store.startingstrongman.com for all of your strongman training needs.